Hello everybody and welcome back to Flight Simulator. Sorry for the delayed start. I got caught up doing stuff at home and delayed my afternoon, so do apologise for being a bit late. Right, let's get on to this. Okay, we'll do that later. Got a free update to do. Right, so where to today? I have got some requests in, but I've not planned those out yet, so I need to go and try and take a look. Let me just open up my messages so I can just double check where those locations were, and we'll try and pick those out. Just bear with me 1 second. So the first request I've got in is for the ATST building in Nashville, also known as the Batman building. So let's see if we can't find that. Right, lots and lots of airports in Nashville. Just trying to see if any of them are main ones. Let's have a look. That's grass. It's not too problem for taking off from. Let me just see if I can find it on maps, just so I can get an exact location where I need to go. So just bear with 1 moment while we try and sort this out. Right, okay, so just need to try and find a location that I can spot to match these up. So, oh, hang on, Pleasant View. I've got that on my map. Oh, I did have. 1 second. So, actually, there's an airport very close. Is that the Nissan Stadium? Possibly. In which case, we're quite close to where we need to be. 1 second. Right, let me just put the arrival at Nashville International. Why is it not finding that? Just see if we can find this on the list. There we go. So now just trying to find the relevant landmarks I need. I really could do with certain people being on here who might be able to help me out, but not sure there's anyone on here. So we'll add that as a location. Skyline Medical Centre. Just zoom out a little bit more. I think it's going to be quite close to the airport looking at this map I've got. Where's that stadium I saw earlier? Just zooming out, just try and find. So I saw somewhere called Berry Hill earlier. Where is it? It's due north of there is where I need to be. Ah, there's Berry Hill. So it's somewhere in this region we need to be. Unfortunately, I don't think the particular landmark is going to be marked. Which is a shame. What we've got here? Hospital. Another hospital. So, I think we're just going to have to do a flyby. Let's pick this stadium to add to the list. Oops. I think I've just pressed the wrong button there. 1 second. Let's go back. Right. So we said that one. Then we said Nashville International to land. And then so let's zoom in here. Let's add that to the list. And let's bring it across here. Add that to the list. So I think that's going to be the best chance of a flyby we're going to get. So this is one from Papa Suite. So let's hope we can try and spot what he was looking for as we go over. I didn't check what plane I've got selected. I don't want to be doing it in an Airbus. Let me go to the reliable Cessna. There we go. So yeah, start flight. Here we go with this one. Just bear 1 second while I get a drink. Okay, here we go, ready to fly. Let's get this first flight in the air. So back in a plane that I'm used to. So this should make life a little bit easier. than the last few flights where we've been in the Boeings and the Airbus. It's not giving me a massive amount of runway here, is it? It's not a good start. Are we up? Yeah, we're up. So a bit of a bumpy takeoff. So just trying to get this up and flying nicely. There you go, picking up height nicely now. So at the proper height and on track as well, so it's good. So we just make this turn, start heading towards our landmarks that we've marked out. And then we'll cut the throttle back a bit. And just set ourselves to a nice cruising position. So on the vertical speed close to 0. I think that should be about right. So if anyone's got any major landmarks they want me to go to today, please do shout up. We'll try and get as many of those in as we can. So I've gone back to the Cessna today because it's just a easier plane to fly, and means I can also fly a lot lower without too many issues. So get this first one done and then we'll see where we're going next. So this should more or less take us straight to the first little bit. We'll try and pick out any landmarks along the way once we get past all this woodland. Let's do an external look. Yeah, so a few buildings down there, not very many. Lots of woodland. So once we get past all this, we'll start looking for landmarks. Just bring this back on track again. Welcome to all those that have just joined. Had ourselves 9 views already, so we had a few people coming in. So apologies for the slightly slow start as we was setting this up. So I was a little bit late getting onto the stream today. We just take the throttle back a little bit more. I'm still climbing somewhat. Just try and get it so it almost flies itself. Nice level flight. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, there we go. Vertical speed 0. That's what we was looking for. So the first marked thing ahead of us is another airport. So that's straight ahead. Please feel free to join in the chat. It's very quiet so far this evening. I think we are going to be flying right over the centre of Nashville. The request was for the ATST building, otherwise known as the Batman building. Whether we'll get a good look at that or not, I'm not quite sure. To see how that goes. I couldn't spot its exact location on the mapping. So we'll have to see how close we can get to that. Like I say, anybody with any major landmarks that they'd like us to do a fly past, please let me know in the chat. And we'll try and get those done. Just increase the trim a little bit, if it will let me. No, I think 16 degrees might be maximum trim actually. Oh no, it's gone up now. Just trying to get that vertical speed to hold at 0. Right, let's see if we've got any more landmarks that we're coming across. So it looks like some big factory there. It's not marked. We've got the airport there. Looks like MNPD Aviation. So, very small airport. And we've got some of that areas coming over now, so it looks like more factories. That might be a housing estate down there actually. Difficult to tell at this height. And then some big factories at the side of the river. I just need to boost my speed a little bit. I've lost a little bit of height, so coming over a whole series of football pitches. Just bear in 1 second. It's like a baseball ground there as well. So trying to pick out any other landmarks we can. Got a few more landmarks marked out that way. So we'll keep a look out, see what we see. So vertical speed of 150, that's okay. So we're just climbing ever so slightly. So following the river. So we're coming to where we got some things marked. So we've got a stadium fly past here. Not sure whose stadium that is. It is a... Trying to see what type of ground it is. I can't see any white markings on it, so that's not helping me. It looks like it could be an American football stadium. And then coming across the river. Various tall buildings. And more stadium. Just wondering if that's the ATST building there. Look at the shape of it. I think that might be the one. If it is, we've got very lucky with that. And I'll double check what these other building does look like. If that's the one, I will release that as a short. So flying low over Nashville. Another stadium there. Let me just go back to internal view. Just need to boost my height a little bit. There we go. So back on track. So that looks like the freeway that comes through Nashville. Flying directly over that. I think we're going to follow this down towards the international airport. Nice little run in. Looks like some sort of cargo port there. So very busy areas of Nashville. I hope we have caught the ATST running, because that was the specific request. I'm hoping we've caught that on the flight. So the question is, where to next? Is the where to was the title of the stream. It is viewer's choice, as usual on these streams. Let me know where you want to go. Last few bits of the city we're coming over now, and then we're going to be heading out to the airport, which is right on the outskirts of the city. So I need to switch back to cockpit view and start lining this up for the landing. So we've got a couple of left turns, and then we'll be making the final approach. Trying to make sure I stay hydrated whilst I'm doing the stream. Those that have seen my streams before will know that I do tend to not drink as much as maybe I should do when I'm streaming. So yeah, here we go. We've just come alongside the airport, and then we're going to be making a couple of turns to make our final approach. Got something bleeping at me. Not quite sure why it's bleeping at me. Looks like an altitude warning, but I'm at the altitude I should be. So let's make this turn. So we're using the runway at... oh, hang on. Okay. There's various airstrips here. I've got to make sure I land on the right one here. So there's my left turn. I've got one more left turn. I'll just keep it banked over. Let's just cut the engine speed a bit more. Keep the nose up. So yeah, there's an airstrip this side, but we're going to be cutting across that and then landing on the main runway. So let me get that nose right up, engine speed down. We've got a very long runway to play with, so Hopefully we can get this down at the first attempt. Let's increase flaps. Cut the engine speed. Coming in nicely, just a little bit left. Just seen another aircraft crossing the runway as we're making our approach. Boeing 737 approaching the runway for takeoff. Don't want to get in his way. And we are safely down. Maybe just a little bit right of centre there. We'll just taxi at speed whilst we're still on the runway. Mainly because we know there's a 737 waiting to take off. So unless I want to see a very close-up graphical takeoff. Let's just pull it to a halt there. Just stop it before the hold short line. Just pause it there a minute. Let's just change the view. And I was hoping we would see that 737 take off behind us, but not sure where it's gone. Unless we missed it already. Yeah, maybe we missed it. So let's get back into the cockpit. We just need to taxi this around. Welcome to those who just joined the stream. Nice to see you here. We've just done our first flight. I'm just taxiing back to the parking point. Successful landing at the first attempt. That was a flight over Nashville, so the person that requested that is in the chat. We've just done that one. So no, the first half an hour of this stream is where you need to be looking for that one. So welcome in. How is everyone today? See if we can't get this chat moving. It is very quiet today. Took my eyes off things there for a minute. I started taxiing a little bit on the quick side. So I got a warning for that. Just looking at how far this actually wants me to taxi. It's quite a way. It's probably landing at the international airport. There's so much room for them to move you around. Nice for the blue lines it's asking you to follow are obstructed. Just try and get this bit done. And the question is, where to next? So trying to do major landmarks if we can, because they're much easier to find on the mapping system. Whoops. Stop. Shut that engine right off. Let's put the brake on. And that's that flight finished. So, there's that one done. So, let's end that flight. As we're a little bit quiet at the moment, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the career mode. And do one of the flights from here. Just to fill the time a little bit. Whilst we're waiting to see if we get some more. Come on in. So let's just zoom out. So missions here in Spain or France, sort of on the border, but yeah. See if we can find a relatively short one. 30 minutes. 20 minutes, there we go. Sightseeing tour. Actually, I think we've done that one previously. Some of these planes I've not flown before, so I'm a little bit nervous about doing them. Ride with lucky locals around Jorba. So let's do this one. This is a 15-minute flight, so guess it's back up in the air and flying. So let's see how we get on with this one. Now what I might do later on is the weather on this is generally quite accurate. We've had a lot of thunderstorms in the UK today, so I might take a Boeing through some thunderstorms later on and see how interesting that is, and see if we can't get some good views doing that. Come on. There we go. That's all those removed. So this time we're going to do all the contact with the tower. If we're going to get the full points. So 2 passengers on board. Let's see how we get on with this one. So engine start up. So slightly different aircraft to what I'm used to. Right, let's announce we're about to taxi.
Lima Echo India Golf traffic. Cessna Echo Charlie Golf Delta November is taxiing to runway tree 5 right. Lima Echo India Golf.
Okay, so there we go. Just give it a little bit of power to get us moving. Got to stop before the hold short line, which isn't very far away, so shut that power off. I didn't get quite close enough to the line. That's where it's quite annoying. Come on. So, announce takeoff.
Lima Echo India Golf traffic. Cessna Echo Charlie Golf Delta November.
So, clear to enter the runway.
West departure Lima Echo India Golf.
We've got to taxi all the way down the runway and then do a U-turn and take off in the opposite direction. Concerned about to get a warning for taxi speeding, actually. A little bit quick there. So if anyone is watching, if you could just say hi in the chat. I'm not sure my chat's actually working tonight. It's very unusual not to have any chat at all. So if anyone can just test that and make sure it is working. As we try and achieve this U-turn. Oh, brake too hard there. Come on. It requires so much power to even get it moving, and then it quite easily moves too fast. But we need to hit takeoff speed now anyway. So nice long runway. Bit of a bumpy takeoff, but not too bad. So initial climb says 1600 feet. We're already at that. This is left turn. So still climbing slightly. That's okay. So got ourselves a nice round trip. Let me just try putting something in the chat myself and make sure things do seem to be working. Because currently I'm showing us 0 viewers.
You okay? Not scared?
It seems to be working. Right, let's take some of the engine speed down. Let's increase the flaps a little bit more, and we should get ourselves a nice level flight.
This is definitely something I've always wanted to do.
So still got a bit too much vertical speed, getting a bit too much height, so try and make some slight adjustments. So only 2 miles away from where we need to be. So here we are, southern France, doing a flyover. So it's just make an adjustment.
I don't feel afraid. Awesome. I see the troops over there. It's great seeing the world from this angle.
So I just need to cut my airspeed because we're going to have to lose height shortly as we approach Joba. So yeah, a bit too high at the moment. So if we can just get this running level, we should be all good. Let's give it a little bit more trim just to try and hold it nicely.
I can see my house. I saw it as well. I actually managed to get through here. I'm so happy sharing this moment together. It's making me feel so nostalgic.
So just do a quick external look. There we go. That's the town they wanted to do a flyby. So I've gone a little bit high now. So it's going to mark me down a few points when we get the XP at the end of this. So a little bit high and a little bit quick at times. So now it's a case of return to the airport. So just need to increase height a little bit. I think the flight pattern is at 2,600 feet.
Lima Echo India Golf
So
traffic. Cessna Echo Charlie Golf Delta November. 5 miles west. 2,500 inbound to land. Runway tree 55. Lima Echo India Golf.
So make this left turn to get us on track.
Over here, check this out. It's like the world is laid out in front of us.
And now we're just making our way back to the airport. Let's take the trim down a little bit. We're still a little on the high side. So just adjusting the trim, that should just bring us down nice and slowly. We don't seem to be having visual references. That's not very helpful for me at the moment. Oh, they are, they're back. There we go.
What an awesome flight over Georgia. Let's do it again. Great time from start to finish. Thanks.
So just coming into the traffic pattern now. So still losing height slowly, but that should mean we're on a good flight path. So I'm not sure all my stats are working today. Everything's showing up as zeros, and that would be very unusual if that was the case. So if anybody has typed in the chat and I've not responded, it'll be because it's not working. So I do apologise for that, if that is the case. Let me just have a look on the other screen. Just bear 1 second. Okay, my other screen is suggesting no chat either. So I'm guessing people are just busy this evening. No problem with that at all. Appreciate you coming in to watch. So I've got 2 left turns and then We'll be on final approach. So I'm just trying to take my time. Lose this height nice and gradually. Just increase that trim a little bit. Just to slow the rate of altitude loss a little bit. Like, can we see that's where we need to be for final approach, so let's cut that engine speed some more. A little bit bumpy there. So final approach. There's our runway.
Lima Echo India Golf traffic. Cessna Echo Charlie Golf Delta November is on final. Runway 25 to land. Lima Echo India Golf.
Oh. I might have to abort this landing. Yeah, I think we're aborting this. I have to come around again. So didn't get the approach right. I was too fast on approach. So let's attempt that again. Let's just bring that around. Let's come back in and join the traffic pattern again. Let's give that another go. Let's cut that engine speed a bit more and let's see if we can't be a bit more successful this time. So giving it some flaps already, so that should help cut my airspeed. Not got any blue box markings now because we've already done this route around once, so not necessarily flying blind, but not got all the help hints we'd normally have. Let's cut that engine speed a bit more, increase the flaps. Just level it out. I think this time I'm too low too soon. Let's see how we get on. Cut the throttle. Still think we're going to be a long way down the runway before touchdown. This is going to be touch and go. Oh. Oh, hold it, hold it.
Lima Echo India Golf.
We made a mess of that. We did end up on the field But we did get it down at the second attempt. And we avoided crashing as well, so that's definitely a bonus. There we go, stopped at the parking stand. Let's put the parking brake on and shut down. And let's see how we did on that one, see what our score is. Don't think it's going to be a brilliant score. Got a few things highlighted there that we did wrong. Flight smoothness was okay, sightseeing quality quite good. Landing smoothness again always lets us down. And important mistakes, taxi speeding and flaps extended above the maximum speed. So that's that one done. So 2 viewing according to my stats. Not sure how accurate that is this evening because it seems to be a bit off. But any requests from any viewers on where to go next? If not, we will just go and do another mission. I'll start looking at missions just until we see if we get a response. And just zoom out of there. Let's go and see what we've got up in Scotland. Let's have a look. Flavour Fife. Over a golf course. Another golf course one there. Fly Lucky Locals next to Kelty. Ballet Reservoir Discovery Package. This one's a 30-minute flight. We've got plenty of time to do that. So, I've had no requests in chat. I'll give it a little bit longer. Just to see if we get any. What's this one over here? Let's have a look. Tom wants to explore 5. That's a 20-minute one. Diamond Aircraft. I think I've flown that one before. Since we've had no requests, we'll go for this one. As mentioned earlier, we've had some thunderstorms moving through the UK. So there is a chance we're going to be flying through one, but I don't think, looking at this, we're going to. All he's saying is clouds at the moment. And welcome to those who have just joined. Welcome in. Please do feel free to say something in chat. I'm hoping somebody does just test it's working properly because it has been very quiet tonight. So let's see if anyone comes in on the chat. So we've done a flyby over Nashville. We've done one mission and we're about to do a second mission. Unless we get any alternative requests. We will have about half an hour left at the end of the stream for a viewer request. So get those in now if you want to get one of those in. So just waiting for this one to load up and then we'll get ourselves up in the air again. It's been a bit slow on this load up this time. Just bear 1 second. Don't quite like the look of the hill that we're parked on at the moment. This could be interesting. Move the engine covers, move the chocks. There we go. Let's get in this one. So yeah, as I was say, different aircraft this time. So again, 2 passengers on this flight as well. So let's do the startup procedure.
Remember, this may be just another day at the office for you, but for your passengers, it's a special occasion. You're taking a local resident celebrating a big event, Tom and his dad, for a nice scenic ride over the region. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Engine started. Let's go.
Right, so that's a taxi.
Super excited to be doing this. I'm Tom.
Nice to meet you. I'm David, hanging out with Tom on this flight. Pretty exciting stuff.
Well, according to the thing, the runway is somewhere here. My purple line normally denotes the runway, but I'm not seeing anything that looks like a landing strip here. So come on. Seems to be completely stuck here. This is interesting. Oh, here we go. Slight movement. Well, this runway is definitely not obvious. So let's just go for takeoff. Otherwise we'll be here all day. Ah. Apparently this was it.
What a rush.
So this isn't flying very nicely at all currently. We've already missed our first turn as I'm trying to stabilise the aircraft.
What's that thing, Joel? You okay?
Right, so let's try and get ourselves on track now.
Dad,
Here we go.
here's the places you know. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm sure I know this place quite well. Surprise me.
So still climbing nicely. Got more crisscrossers on our flight path there than what I know what to do with. So I'm trying to figure out which is the correct path we're supposed to be on at the moment.
I don't really feel dizzy at all. Martin told me that I'd be okay, and she was right.
There we go. So flying to 5, 6 miles this flight. So trying to increase the trim, just get us flying nice and even. There we go.
The world looks so small from up here.
So let's do a quick external view. So there we go. Lots of farmland about at the moment. We're going to come into 5 in the next few minutes. And we'll have try to get a few more external views at that point. Just need to get this flying steady.
Look, son. Come on, I'd like to get over here. Good old times.
Try and get this to a nice level flight. Just that engine speed slightly. This one does seem to bob around quite a little bit.
You must feel like king of the world flying over your sunset. You can try that someday.
It looks like we've got a little bit of turbulence possibly, which is why we're bouncing about. Let's cut that engine speed down quite a bit.
It feels almost normal. Almost.
Do need to lose some height for this sight viewing bit. Try and get it level again once we get down to the right height. So steadily losing height, which is what we need.
Hey, Tom.
See the street
That you found, right?
It's amazing. I recognize everything down there.
Mark, it's awesome. Can't believe I'm actually doing this. And it's great to fly with our pilot.
Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
So I think we're losing height well enough at the moment. Do need to lose quite a bit more. And it's happy as long as we're below 107 knots, so don't need to cut the airspeed anymore. Just try and get this flying level. We're a little bit on the low side.
Right there, look. Everything I see is great.
And try and get you some external views if I can. My concern is that as soon as I do, I'm going to lose too much height, but there we go. So the city of Fife in Scotland. It's one of our missions. Oh, I have to come back to cockpit view. So we've lost a bit of control there. Just bear with me 1 second. There we go, so we've got it back again now. So some lovely views there as we fly over the city. Got a little bit high now. Just try and pull that back. There we go. And then we've got to fly back to Pilbara Farm Airstrip. So now we're going back into the flight pattern. So just picking up a bit of height so we get onto the right flight path. So let's do one last quick view behind us. Say bye to 5 for this trip. Let's turn and head for home.
Totally. Great minds think alike.
So a little on the low side.
Echo Golf Romeo, queue for traffic. Diamond Golf Uniform, Zulu Hotel Romeo.
Not too bad. We are at 1,600 feet, so not terrible. Welcome to those that are still watching. Thank you for being here. So that's 2 missions done and 1 viewer's choice flight. We're going to have still got quite a bit of time left. So we've got the possibility of doing another viewer flight. So here's your chance to pick where we go to next. So if you've got a major landmark that you'd like to see, please do shout up and we'll try and get that done.
Right there. Look. Even the light is different.
Right, so once we do this last blue box ahead of us, we'll be in the pattern entry. We'll just be trying to plot our route into the landing strip. Now it is a grass landing strip, so these are always more risky. Particularly when you can't tell what's landing strip and what is the surrounding fields. So come through there. Our pattern entry 1 mile. So let's just shut off a bit of the power. Don't want to lose height too quickly. We do need to start
Are you okay, Tom? Ready to go again?
That was so great. Great thrills, panoramic views.
start making plans for the final approach.
Please, look.
So it looks like we're going to fly out over the river to then come back in and make our final approach. So it's going to be a right turn approach. So let's just push that airspeed up a little bit. We're a little on the low side. So as we make these right turns, it looks like we're going to be losing quite a bit of height. So if I'm right at the bottom edge of these blue boxes on approach, I I don't mind that too much. Let's see if we can have another successful landing. We've not crashed any of the landings today, which is quite an achievement for me. I normally crash at least one of them. Although we have stuck to the smaller planes today that we know relatively well. I've got the throttle right back. So the purple line there suggests that the corner should have been taken a lot wider than what these blue boxes suggested. So here we go on final approach. So doing okay so far. I'll just keep that nose up. Airspeed's quite low, so I might be able to put some flaps on. That'll help slow us a little bit more. I think I should have turned right there. Yeah. So we're at a lower height than what we should be. Not too worried about that currently. We've got 20 degrees of flaps on. Trim at 16%, so vertical speed is hovering around 0. So that's all looking good at the moment. Let's make this left turn. Airspeed is very low. So low we might actually get a stall warning. Let's give it a little bit more power. Don't want to give it too much. I don't want to start gaining height when I'm doing so well. So here we go, final turn. Let's try and line this up with the runway. Let's see if the runway is any more obvious from here coming in. It's not really. Let's cut the engine speed.
Echo Golf Romeo, Kilo traffic. Diamond Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Romeo is on final. Runway 22 to land. Echo Golf Romeo Kilo.
Try and get our airspeed down. No idea what is supposed to be airstrip here and what isn't. So this could be a very bumpy landing. Oops. Oh. I think we're going to end up taking off here again because we're going to crash otherwise. So this runway is so unclear as to where it is. It doesn't make for an easy landing. Let's bring it around. So, allegedly we're flying right over the runway at the moment. And I couldn't pick that out as I need to. I can't pick out which bit of that is supposed to be runway and what's not. So, let's give that another go. It's basically a mown field that we're trying to land in. There we go. Let's try this again. Let's just try and get in very low and slow as we come into this field. Lost the trim. We've got a lot of flaps, so let's hope we land this time. Oh. Trying to brake, landing gear malfunction, tyre malfunction, broken part. Well, that all went wrong there, didn't it? Let's see what it's going to do. Aircraft crashed, yeah. Just take it up to the parking stand. Need it almost at max power to get me to come up the hill. Come on. No, can't get it to move at all. Where's my throttle? I say, we don't seem to have any control over anything. Oh, hang on. Managed to get the flaps up. Can't increase the speed anymore, which is annoying. Trying to find the throttle manually. I think I'm just going to have to abort this one because we seem to be stuck. Oh, hang on, what's this one? Parking brake. Oh, hang on. There we go. Throttle. 100%. How can we be on 100% throttle and not moving at all? Oh well, let's just abort this. Because that didn't go very well anyway. So, any viewer requests for where to go for our final flight of the day? If we don't have any, I will just do another mission and try and earn ourselves a bit more money. So let's just get a few seconds, see if we do get any requests. Might do a free flight anyway, actually. Let's go and see what it's like to potentially fly through a thunderstorm. So let's go from... let's go from there. Let's fly north. Need another major airport. Bear 1 second. There we go. So we'll go from East Midlands Airport up to Manchester. So 2 in the UK. We're going to have to do a quick flight, so let's make this in a... let's go in a Boeing. Let's go for 737 MAX. This should be fun. So, start the flight. Now, if anybody's watched me on previous streams trying to fly the Boeing, we do have issues with lots of alarms, inability to get full power and everything else. So, we'll see how this one goes. So this is an area I know relatively well because I drive around this area for work. So there's a nice Boeing business jet, this one. Right, so don't appear to have disengage the brake. Oh, I need max power. Not sure at what their takeoff speed is, so I'm going to use as much of the runway as I can. Suggesting that my takeoff speed is sufficient. And there we go, we are airborne. So I didn't check how long this flight is going to take. So we can see approaching sunset. So we've got the sun in our eyes as we start this flight. And we're now just going to make a right turn to take ourselves north. Yeah, interested to see if we do get any thunderstorms on this journey, or whether they've all passed through, just to see what it's like flying through a thunderstorm. I know these do have live weather on, so see how this goes. Right, let me get rid of those flaps and put on some trim. Oh, let's cut the engine speed a bit. So we're at 4,500 feet. Engine speed at just 67%. Can get rid of all those flaps now. And if we increase the trim, hopefully that'll just lift the nose up. I get us flying nice and level. Just over adjusted there. Let's just try and get it to settle down. Can't quite get it to settle where I'd like it. Let's try with 9% flaps, 9% trim. Just going to try and make combination adjustments between trim and engine speed, just get it to fly level. I think we're almost there. Coming to here, we'll be flying over Ashbourne. It's marked on the screen. It's about 5 miles away. Just trying to get the plane to settle. So down there, got the village of Osmaston marked, Holly Meadow Farm airstrip, and the town of Ashbourne straight ahead of us. We are increasing height, but our vertical speed is dropping. So yeah, we just seem to be sort of bouncing between two altitude points. That's fine. So there we go, flying over Ashbourne. See from up here all the various hills in the area. Coming up on the village of Thorpe. then another village over there of Ilam. So in the heart of an area known as the Peak District, an area that I work around on a regular basis. So lots of little villages. Let's just jump back into the cockpit view. Where are we at? 5,500 feet. Yeah, it's still doing its thing where it's just bouncing around between two altitude markers as the speed rises and falls. Hoping that's going to just drop back down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. As soon as it starts to get towards 6,000 feet, it just sort of drops back again. So the airport we're flying to, I don't know anything about the approach to this airport. It's not one I've ever been to. Just trims that engine speed back a little bit more to try and give us a little bit more level flight. Let's do some more external views. Trying to see if there's any more villages marked. So there's an airstrip down there as well. I think that's from this distance it looks like it's a village called Flash in the distance, and there's Blackshaw Moor over there. As you can see, it's just gently holding its height. We have increased to about 6,000. Unbroken Martin, good evening. How did your stream go? I didn't get a chance to come and check it out, unfortunately. I was busy earlier on. I will be taking a look back at that one though. Let's see what this new Star Wars game is like. So yeah, it's just bringing us back down to just below 6,000, and then it's bouncing us back up again. So see if I can't just push the nose down a little bit. Nice to get our altitude down to about 5,000. Started late due to the game release with Lay. I had a few issues with the chat overlay, but I saw it all. The rest went well. I enjoyed it. Good. Jolly good. Like I say, I will try and watch that one back and see what this new Star Wars game's like. So we've got ourselves down to 5,000 feet. So let's take another look outside. What we've got. So town of Macclesfield we're flying over, and a place called Bollington over to our right. Butley Town ahead of us. So no landmarks as such, just all different villages is marked out. And with looks at those blue boxes, we are coming in quickly on Manchester Airport. So I'm going to have to stick in cockpit view now as we try and make the approach. As we are quite high at 6,000 feet on approach. So cut the engine speed right down. Let's take that trim off. That'll help push the nose down as well. I think we're going to be coming in a bit too quick here. Might have to leave the traffic pattern and do a loop. Let's do a loop. Let's just come around. Losing height all the time, so that should make it easier. So, Stockport dead ahead of us. Where was your flyover today? So the first flyover was over Nashville, Tennessee. We had a request to fly past the ATST building, otherwise known as the Batman building. And quite fitting with the news that we should fly over Nashville today. Yeah, that was the plan. Whether we actually found that particular building, because it's not marked on the mapping, I can't be certain. If you've got a picture of that building, you can send me. I can let you know whether we got that particular building on the fly pass. Hoping we did. Right, so we've done a steep turn, losing altitude as we go. So hopefully now we're in a better position for this landing. Oh. Let's pull that nose up. Let's get a bit more trim. I can quickly look back at the flow and see if it was. Do you know how long? I guess about 20 minutes into the stream as we attempted that fly pass. There was a building I sort of highlighted as a potential for that building. Okay, thank you very much. There's the bottom reminding people to like and subscribe. If you could, would be much appreciated. Right, where are we at now? Let's put some flaps on. What's it just done to me now? Completely lost sight of the runway. Where is it? Oh, we completely messed that up. Look, we're already miles past the runway. Let's make a third attempt at this, shall we? we've got the speed right down. So assuming we can make a good approach, we'll be all good. Oh. Come on. Just had to rescue that there. Literally flying over the treetops in a Boeing 737. It's going to be noisy for people underneath. Just try to take some of the flaps off. There we go. Got rid of all the warnings. Right, let's make another turn and see if we can't get on this runway this time. We are now approaching from the wrong direction, which isn't going to help. Right, I think it should be coming into view shortly. Let's increase that trim a minute. Let's have a quick look. Does look like, from what I can tell, shame the logo blurred out a bit on the building. Okay. Ah, there we go. Found the airport. It's over that way. So I'm going to have to do a fly past and then try and come back around. So let's just boost that trim a little bit, cut the engine speed. Take those flaps right off for a moment. Yeah, so when I did that fly past, I looked on the maps to try and pick out where it was, and then had to just try and pick out a landmark nearby, and then hope for the best. So I'm glad that has paid off. Right. Anti-stall warnings. I don't think I've come round enough. I think it's on my right hand side. Yeah. So let's pull this out. I don't want to be gaining height. Come on. So let's look it into descent mode. Increase the flaps just to give me some drag. Right, where's my airport? Come on. Oh, it's all the way over there. Not come round nearly enough. So I've almost come round onto the proper flight path now. So let's increase those flaps. Make this banked left turn. There we go. Final approach for the third attempt. There's the control tower. Oh no, we've messed it up. Can't make that last turn. We can't recover this time. It's just hit the brakes hard. Well, we're down. Not necessarily where we're supposed to be. Getting good at landing now. Ish. Not with the big planes. The big planes I really do struggle with. But we did get it down at the first attempt. So, well, third attempt. But first attempt actually getting it on the ground. Amazingly, I've got this plane in reverse. It's impressive. You're okay with the paper? Yeah, I'm okay with the paper airplane. Yeah, no problem. Right, I don't know where our parking point is supposed to be, so let's just put the brake on and let's shut everything down. So, not in our parking space because I don't know where we were supposed to be actually parked. But never mind, we are down. And you see there an aircraft taking off. So the takeoff and landings at these airports is live, as per the airport data and flight data. So it is always a little bit nice when we see those taking off, because that's an actual flight. Probably somebody actually going on holiday. And there's another one off as well. And that looks like a very similar plane to what we've just landed in, actually. So there we go, that's that one done. With only 10 minutes left of this stream, not sure how much more we're going to get done, so let's just abort this flight. So, any requests from chat on where we go next? We have the whole world to go out on free flight. Is there a particular landmark you would like to see? If so, let me know, and we can do that on the next stream. So yeah, anywhere you'd like to see, we can try and bring that in. So let's see if we get any more requests. I might have to do one up into the Arctic actually. Might be a nice one to do. Spare 1 second. Sorry about that, just answering questions in the room. So we've got people in chat. Where would you like us to see us go? And we can try and pull those in next time. See if we get any requests in the chat. Fly about Antarctica. Look for any UFO activity. Should be that'd be a long flight and an interesting one. I'll give you that. Long flight because there's no airports nearby. We're going to have to fly sort of from here. And then fly over the pole and back again. So no fly zone as far as I'm aware. Well, it's the joy of a game. You can break those no fly zone rules. 1 second. The other option is somewhere here. Let's have a look. Be right back, just getting a brew. Okay. So we have got an airport there. So that's the departure. What we got here? Alexander Island. So we could do, if we did a round trip, let's just zoom back out again. And set that as the arrival. And then let's say we went not right into Antarctica, but let's do these bits down here. So Charka Island, add, and let's do an add here and an add here. And then some of these island bits over here. So if we were to do that, that would take us, trying to see. Oh, that'll be an 8-hour flight. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that in one session. And as there's no apparent airstrips anywhere down here, probably due to the constant ice, that's going to be a no-go, I don't think, unless I do an 8-hour flight special at some point. We'll have to see on that one. Who knows? We might do that, but not anytime soon for that one. But yeah, we could potentially do that route and fly over some of Antarctica. So, any easier suggestions from anybody? In these last 5 minutes of the stream. So, I'm just going to take a picture of that one. Just as a reminder that this is one that we could possibly do in the future. So just bear with me 1 second. So that's that done. So I've got that one marked. We'll do that one at some point. Maybe as a 200 subscriber special, we'll do an 8-hour flight and see how that goes. So almost at the end of the stream. We've got 4 people watching now. So it won't say I've just joined, but unfortunately of course it's right at the end. But we are just taking requests for future streams on where would you like to see us go. So any preferably major landmark that you'd like to see. Welcome back, Unbroken Martin. So yeah, any major landmark you'd like to see, and we'll try and fit that in on a future stream. We've only got a couple of requests left on the list, so and we can go anywhere around the world. So if there's anything you'd like to see, please let us know. We've got a couple of minutes for you to do that before we end the stream. And then I'll be back in a couple of about an hour and a half. I'll be back with my latest stream, and that is ARC. That is from 9 o'clock UK time. So about 90 minutes from now. So any last minute requests before we end the stream? Ready for the next one? If anybody has got any particular requests, we can bring those in on the next stream. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more at the moment. So please have a think about it. See if you've got anywhere where you'd really like us to see a flyby, and we will try and do that as soon as we can. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Appreciate you all being here. That's the end of this one, so we're back in 90 minutes on ARC for those interested in that. But for now, thanks very much, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.